This session is about slowing down, practicing the stitches, and getting comfortable with how they come together in a finished design. Before we begin stitching, we'll go through a few simple steps to get everything ready. Now we'll cut out the fabric we need to stitch right along the guideline, starting from the very first one. First, place your fabric over the smaller ring. Then press the larger ring on top to hold it in place. Tighten the screw until the fabric feels firm. You want it flat, but not stretched too much. Now your hoop is ready to stitch on. To thread the needle, we can use needle threader. Since the back of this book won't show, I'll be using knots. My favorite way to make a knot is place the end of the needle on the finger, wrap the thread around a few times, pull through, and that's a knot. Let's start with the running stitch. Bring your needle up through the fabric, then go down a short distance away. Keep repeating up, then down, up, then down. Try to keep the spaces even, but don't worry if it's not perfect. That's all there is. Simple and quick. To finish, just flip to the back. Wrap the thread around your needle a few times, pull it through, and there's your knot, nice and secure. Now, let's try the back stitch. Bring your needle up through the fabric, take a small stitch forward, then bring the needle up again a short distance ahead. This time, go back into the end of the last stitch, then come up a little further and go back again. Keep repeating forward, back, forward, back. Start with a regular back stitch line first. Then take a new thread and wrap it around the stitches you just made. Wrap it top to bottom or bottom to top, it doesn't matter. Just make sure you don't change direction in the middle. Keep the wraps close together all along the line. This gives the stitch a nice, textured, decorative look. You'll start with a back stitch. Loop the thread under the stitch and pull through. This creates a little decorative knot along the line. Keep going along your pattern, spacing the knots evenly. Once you're done, just tweak the loops with your needle so they're nice and uniform. Let's do the fly stitch. Push the needle up, make a little V, then add a tiny stitch at the bottom to hold it in place. Let's do the closed fly stitch. It's just like a regular fly stitch, but we close the top of the V with a little stitch. First make your V, then add a tiny stitch at the top to secure it super easy. Alright, blanket stitch time. This one's perfect for edges, kind of like giving your fabric a cute little haircut with a border. Just keep your stitches spaced evenly. Let's do the feather stitch. Bring the needle up, insert slightly to the side, then come back up along the center line. Keep the thread under the needle, pull through, and you'll get your first feather. Repeat on the other side, left and right, always returning to the center. Keep the spacing relaxed. A little imperfection makes it look more natural dot, and that's the feather stitch. Here's the trick. Keep your stitches packed nice and tight, like rows of fries in a box, no overlapping, no gaps. First, we build the padding. Use straight stitches to fill the shape. This is the base that gives volume. Then cover with satin stitch, stitching closely side by side, always following the same direction. Keep the tension even, not too tight. The padding underneath lifts the surface, so the satin stitch looks fuller, smoother, and more polished. Finally, we'll practice by stitching simple letters and floral designs. These practice designs include a few stitches that are taught later in the series. For the best experience, we recommend coming back to this section after completing all 3 sets and learning all 32 stitches. Style analysis. We'll begin by stitching 2 roses using the woven spider wheel. Once the flowers are complete, use the lazy daisy stitch to create the rose leaves. As you pull the thread, gently adjust the tension so the stitches follow the pre-printed leaf shapes more naturally. Next, we'll stitch the letters using stem stitch. Unlike the straight lines you practiced earlier, these letters include tighter curves. When stitching curved lines, try shortening your stitch length. This helps create smoother, more even curves. This tip doesn't apply only to stem stitch. It's useful for many stitches when working along curves. Stem stitch can also be used not only for outlines, but for filling areas as well. By stitching rows of stem stitched closely along the edges, you can gradually fill a shape with a soft, textured effect. Now we'll move on to the dandelion and daisy design in the center. Start by using a single strand of thread, tying several knots to stitch the dandelion stems. Then switch to 4 strands of thread and work French knots along the half-circle guide to form the dandelion head. These knots don't need to be perfectly even. A slightly irregular, scattered placement creates a more natural look. After that, use 2 strands of thread to add loose dandelion seeds along the marked guide points. The contrast between thicker and finer stitches adds depth and makes the dandelion look lighter and more realistic. Since this pattern is designed for beginners and has minimal overlapping, there's no strict stitching order. Feel free to follow your own sequence rather than stitching exactly in the same order as shown. Next, stitch the daisy petals. For organic, irregular shapes like these, when filling with satin stitch, it's perfectly fine if the stitches slightly overlap. You can also try letting the stitches gently fan out along the curves instead of keeping them strictly parallel. This helps the petals feel more natural and fluid. Finally, fill the flower buds with French knots. You may find it helpful to stitch the outer edge first, following the guidelines, and then fill in the center. Style